Hello everyone, we are here today checking out this Yoda Revenge of the Sith reissue. I don't have the original one. I thought about buying it, but it was really expensive. And to be honest with you, like these hard plastic cloaks aren't really selling it to me. So I decided to just skip out on it. And I was like, you know what? I'll just wait for the reissue. And I managed to snag it in order. And here we are. So I'm not going to be able to compare the original one, but what I am going to do is compare it to the Black Series, the one that comes with Commander Gree, because I do have that one, and I did buy that one before this one was revealed, I believe, or maybe I bought it and thought about like looking at which one I wanted to keep, looking at which one's better, but nonetheless, we're going to compare them, and yeah, so let's check out the box. As always, simple box. Love it. Promo picks everywhere. Nothing too crazy. And yeah. That's it. Let's take him out and let's take a look at it. Alright. He's out of the box. And he looks pretty good, you know. I'm liking it. I'm loving the chair, just upon like first glance. But let's go ahead and let's just take a look at Yoda real quick. Loving the details on his face. His ears are really pointy. Looks like I have a little bit of an issue there. Maybe it's just, no, just little dust flakes. I mean, he looks good. There's really not much to it other than just the figure. It's got limited articulation, obviously, because he's a tiny figure. But they still, you know, gave us the best that they could. Given how small he is, he does, he can bend his knee, and he does have a little bit of movement here on his feet, which is pretty cool. Again, you know, I wanted to say, like, kind of with Vader, like, he's not a figure that you're going to have jumping around, right? But that's just not true either, because as we saw in, Attack of the Clones when he fights Dooku, and Revenge of the Sith when he fights Darth Sidious, he obviously needs to be able to move around, and you know, his limbs need to move. But you know, they gave us enough articulation to hope that we can do that, right? You know, maybe at least like a stance or something, like him holding a saber. This is still a very good looking figure. Very, very good looking. It does have butterfly joints, which is pretty cool. Check that out. All right, sorry, I had to cut that so I can do this, but I managed to pull his shoulders out, right? Using those butterfly joints, all right? So you can see that he can put his hands together to hold the saber, which is pretty cool. It is a little bit difficult to do that, so please be careful. Let's take a look at his accessories. So this is him using the Force, I assume. Got really, really good detail on his face. They got every single wrinkle on his face correct, I assume. Beautiful. You do get his stick that he uses to walk. You get a really nice lightsaber, his small green lightsaber. It does not come out, unfortunately. And then you do get the moving saber, which is pretty cool, because a lot of these older S.H.Figuarts Star Wars figures that are like almost 10 years old now, they do not have moving sabers. So that's pretty cool. And they are a little heavy. You got a few hands, obviously, to hold his lightsaber, and just regular hands. Kind of like just rested hands. This looks like it has a little indent for the top of his walking stick. And then you get his really nice fabric cloak, which again is the big difference between this and the old version. This is actual like fabric versus the old one having plastic. I love the look of his chair. This is his chair that he sits on when they're at the Jedi Council at the Jedi Temple. Love the color. Looks amazing. Looks absolutely amazing compared to the Black Series. Look how much smaller that is. And don't get me wrong, it actually looks really nice. I like this one too, but this one just looks better. The color looks better. It actually looks like it's supposed to be kind of like that leather material because they textured it. It looks really nice. This looks pretty good too. I mean, they gave it like wrinkles here, right? Like creases. I guess you could say not wrinkles, but creases. Wrinkly, whatever you want to call it, to make it look like it's like some sort of like fabric material that's being pulled, right? Which is really nice. I love that detail, but I like this one. This one looks much better. That's pretty much it. There's really not much to it. So let me go ahead and put his cloak on, his Jedi cloak, and let's just compare him to the other one. All right, cool. So we got his cloak on. It was very difficult to put it on. It's very stiff. It's not like a soft cloak like the other Jedi robes. This one's like really stiff. So you might want to like maybe like mess around with it a little bit and like tug on it, but don't tug on it too hard. And then be careful with his hood because his ears. I mean, I don't know if it's mine, but here his ears are. I don't know if it's only mine, but his ears are very pointy. And I've already poked a hole through the fabric here in the hood. So be really careful when you're putting his hood on because this will just completely, like, his ear will go through it. Here's the Black Series. And it looks okay. I feel like they could have done so much better on his face and a few other things, but it's not selling it to me like it should. This one sells it to me a little more. This one's nice. Like if this one didn't come out, honestly, again, I would have just kept this one and this would be like my main Yoda. So it's not bad. It's just that there really isn't much to him, right? Like he doesn't get any extra hands. He gets like one extra head, and he gets his saber. And what's cool is that they did give us a saber that doesn't have the lightsaber. But again, like I wish they would have done it with this one, the Black Series, and the S.H.Figuarts, where you can hang the saber on his like belt clip. But they didn't give us that option, so both of them lack that specific detail, which I wish they would have done. But as you could see, like I said, the detail on the S.H.Figuarts is much better. I mean, just look at the hair alone. All right, this is like non-existent. Look, and this is the other head. They're both kind of neutral faces, and this one has so much more detail. Like my final verdict is that the S.H.Figuarts is going to be the superior figure in just about every way. Black Series, I collect them when it comes to droids and certain characters that haven't come out, like Luminara or Shakti. Those haven't come out in S.H.Figuarts yet, so I pick them up and they look good. They look great, right? And as long as S.H.Figuarts or Mafex doesn't drop those, I'm going to keep the Black Series because they do tend to give us good figures. But I also feel like they do also tend to disappoint us and give us figures that are just, they don't look good, or they're not, or they don't feel like good. Like the Darth Maul that I have the reissued Darth Maul with the really nice black cloak and the droid that follows him with the moving sabers. And I messed around with the Black Series Darth Maul, and the Black Series Darth Maul is articulated so much better than S.H.Figuarts, which surprised me. So again, when Hasbro Black Series wants to drop a good figure, they will absolutely drop a really good figure. But then when they don't, and they just want to sit here and use the same old Mandalorian mold for the 100th time and to try to make another $25, that's where I'm going to be very like opinionated and just let you guys know to go ahead and just skip out on that like particular figure. In this case, the Yoda is 100 times better than the Black Series. However, if you have the Black Series and you can't afford this Yoda, then the Black Series Yoda is good enough. That's pretty much it. I will catch you guys next time, and thank you for checking out the video, and don't forget to subscribe and like.